And
Hey,
do I click?
hey. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on one second. Let's see. All right. Good morning to some. Good afternoon to some, depending on where you are. Good morning. This is Dr. Kristle Shanell with the Kristle Shanell Show. We are super excited today to have Noelle Santos on the platform. She is a tax strategist, and you guys, it's too funny because I met this young lady on yesterday, and she's on the show today. And I know some people are going to be upset with me because a lot of people throughout the years keep saying, okay, Dr. Kristle Shanell, I need to come on to your show. Right. So this is just a blessing today to have Noelle Santos. And listen, I just want to let my listeners and my supporters know that Dr. Kristle Shanell have not forgotten about you. Okay. I promise I will definitely get to you sooner or later so that you'll be able to be a guest on the show. But welcome, welcome, Noelle Santos. Thank you so much for being on the show with me. Again, she is a tax strategist, and I'm just going to give you this opportunity, Noelle, to introduce yourself, tell the people who you are, and just let's go from there.
All right. Thank you for having me, Crystal. Thank you, thank you. And
Absolutely.
hi to everyone out there listening, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are in
Yes,
the world today,
I know,
right?
right?
And yes, it's weird that we did meet yesterday. We just had a great conversation. It was amazing.
Yes.
So, a little bit about me, Noelle Santos. I'm the owner of Mapaday Management here in Beaufort, Georgia. I'm an enrolled agent and tax strategist. I help a lot of business owners as well as high end earners with tax issues that if they owe a lot of money to the IRS, and also how to mitigate your taxes. And I don't just, I work more with the higher end clientele. However, I am doing something over the next 60 days where I am willing to bring in 10 to 15 small business owners or business owners that are starting out to kind of give them the basic foundations of
Okay.
what a business is, right? Because we have a lot of people out there that just go out there and start business and
Yes.
they don't understand what it takes,
That's right.
right? People think entrepreneurship is just great. It is great, but let me tell you, it's a struggle, it's hard. And if you're not willing to put in the work, it's a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
um, but what I do is not only enrolled agent, that's what an EA stands for. I'm licensed before the IRS.
Okay.
It's one of the highest credentials you can have, a tax strategist. I help people, I don't want to say avoid paying taxes because that's not it. What I do is I strategically shift your money to where you keep majority of it and you learn how to use it to build wealth and pay less in taxes.
Yes.
It's not loopholes, it's just understanding the IRS tax code, which is something that I do. I specialize in.
Okay. And thank you so much for sharing that. It's just amazing because as we talked about it on yesterday, people are out here doing all kind of foolishness, okay? All types of foolishness in regards to their taxes. And then the next thing you know, listen, you may be in jail because of unnecessary things that you're doing or you're listening to the wrong tax person. I remember a few years back, I had a girlfriend that of course, someone that she completely trusted, was doing her taxes, and the next thing you know, there was some tax questions. So thankfully, she was able to get out of all of that, but you just never know if you're not connected to the right tax strategist, the right tax person, then you can definitely have major issues. Listen, I would definitely encourage each and every individual to listen, if you do have a tax strategist, then that's great. If you don't, then of course, listen, connect with Noelle Santos so that she can educate you on all the things that you need to do to make sure that you stay in the clear, okay? And you're not in jail or going to jail or being audited and all this kind of other things that
Right,
goes
all the
along with
things.
it. Absolutely. So, Noelle, I'll give it back to you so you can continue.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, one of the things I tell people, do they understand the difference between what a tax professional is? right? A tax professional, a CPA, enrolled agent, and a tax strategist. Right now, I'm currently hosting a series with the MAP series, the MAP tax oh, excuse me,
It's
the
okay.
MAP tax strategy series, and we're
Mhm.
discussing that because a lot of people don't understand the differences between them, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And I tell people, if you have a tax preparer, what that person usually is doing is they're working with you from January to April. And
Mhm.
then again, if you filed an extension, they're coming back around August, maybe into August, beginning September to October,
Mhm.
depending on where you are, right? But those are usually your seasonal people. They only come around 6 months out the year, but it's
Got it.
strategically planned, right?
Okay.
So those are your preparers. And what they do is they tend to just file what's already happened, which is in the past. So,
Okay.
like we just filed our taxes, right, for 2025.
Mhm.
And we have a lot of people out there that owed maybe 5, 10, 20,000, like our entrepreneurs. And they're like, I owe. Why do I owe? Self-employment tax is why you owe. And there's no way to really mitigate self-employment taxes.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
got to understand how to income shift your money properly
Mm.
to minimize everything you have going on to make it work in your favor,
That's
right?
right.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So they're going to their tax professional and the person's just saying, well, yeah, you owe 10,000 or you owe
But
5,000.
but why?
Right, but no one's explaining why you owe it.
Yeah, but
Just
why?
owe it. And then you're like, some people will say, well, can you do something to make it go away?
Mhm.
And there's nothing you can do legally to make it go away if you haven't planned for it. And that's where strategy comes in at, right?
Right.
You
Right.
have to plan. So when you get with a strategist, we look at forward thinking. We're looking
Okay.
at the future. We're meeting with you quarterly to break down, hey, you may bring in 50,000 this quarter, right? Or this month. And
Mhm.
the next quarter you're bringing in 20. Then the third quarter, you may have an amazing year and you bring
Mhm.
in 100 to 150. You just threw yourself in a completely different tax bracket than you was last year, but you didn't strategize for it. And now what happened? April rolls around again. Now your tax bill $30,000, $40,000.
Mhm.
And then you think, well, I need to find all these deductions to take away money. That's that's not the answer. You got to strategize, you got to understand. And then we have people that will say, I want to go to a CPA,
Mhm.
right? And a CPA, I have plenty of CPA friends. I was going to sit for the CPA, but CPAs are certified public accountants,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So they are there to make sure you are compliant, 100% compliant. It's black and
Mhm.
white. They
Mhm.
have to go by GAAP principles,
Okay.
right? And what that means is they make sure you make this amount of money, you pay this amount of taxes, and it's filed. Are all your financials in order? Can they certify your financials to say this is accurate? They also do, a lot of CPAs are also your forensic accountants. They look for when you're hiding money when you're not supposed to hide it and
Listen.
it's not legally hidden, right?
Right. Right.
So they do an amazing job and their license is very important. But
That's
they're
right.
not, a lot of CPAs are not your strategist type of person. You know,
Mhm.
they don't study strategies
Mhm.
because they are black and white.
Got it. Got it.
And a lot of them also, unless they specialize in taxation, believe it or not, they don't study taxes.
Mm. Okay.
So people get that confused. Well, CPA
Yes.
does my taxes. Do they have they studied taxes?
Mhm.
Have they specialized in taxes?
Mhm.
Because that's not what a CPA is. I have, if you start asking a lot of your CPA friends, guys out there, if you really talk to CPAs and you know them, believe it or not, a lot of them don't do taxes.
Wow. Wow.
They audit.
Now, go ahead. Great. Let me let you finish first.
Yeah, they just audit. That's what I was going to say. They do audits.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think it's wise again, like you said, not a lot of people um focus on, some people focus on the CPA and some focus on the tax strategist. But do you think it is wise to have both certifications as a CPA and a tax strategist to know both sides?
Yeah, you can have both. It just depends
Mhm.
because, like, I have both credentials as an enrolled agent and a tax strategist. Right, a
Okay.
tax
Okay.
strategist is just it's a specialized skill.
Okay.
Right, it's because we've studied the IRS tax code. We studied strategies. We studied to understand. I don't want to call it loopholes, right? but
Mm-hmm.
it's just studying the IRS tax code. And
Got
we
it.
all know how the tax code can read like stereo instructions, but
Mm-hmm.
that's what we do. We look to see, how does this apply if I made $200,000? Can
Right.
this rule apply to me? But it's
Right.
not written in plain English,
Got it. Got it.
right? So that's what makes me different. Also, that I'm an enrolled agent, it's the highest credential held by the IRS, and I can
Okay.
represent people in all 50 states.
That's good. And
Okay.
that was one of my questions. Could you represent people in all 50 states? And that's a
Yes.
beautiful thing to know. Let me just say this to the listening audience. I have several cameras going this morning, and I just want to let you know that if you are interested in listening to the complete live show so that you're able to see and hear Noel Santos, please go to YouTube and just type in the Kristle Shanell Show. If you are already subscribing, just want to say thank you for your subscription. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel as of yet, please do so. Subscribe to the Kristle Shanell Show YouTube channel and listen to the show live. So go ahead, Noel. I'll let you continue.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
You're
Um,
welcome.
so one other things I want to say to people that sometimes, and I do taxes, right, as
Hmm.
well. So I do representation taxes and I do strategies.
Yes.
However, I do partner with CPAs
Okay, good.
because CPAs may just say, hey, they may specialize in the taxes,
Hmm.
right? But they don't specialize in strategies.
Right.
So a CPA will partner with me to say, hey, can you do strategies? This is what my client has going on,
Got
right?
it. Got it.
Then I have other tax professionals that will say, hey, I don't do strategies, but I have these clients. Can
Hmm.
we partner together?
Hmm.
Right. So I do a lot of partnerships with different people. And it's okay to have your tax strategist, your tax preparer, and if you have a CPA, because let's think about this. Say your CPA does your taxes,
Hmm.
right? You may have a tax preparer that does your bookkeeping,
Mm.
right? And now you have a tax strategist that handles, and we all three communicate
Work together.
because we're your team. We
That's
make
right.
sure to help you minimize your tax liability, right?
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
sometimes you only need two. It just kind of depends on what your
Your
preference is,
situation is exactly.
right? But
Exactly.
everybody's situation is different, but that doesn't take away this person from that person,
Yes. Yes.
right? Because
Yes,
we all can
exactly.
work together.
That's right. And then not only that, I love to hear you say partnership. Partnership, collaboration, things of that nature. I'm all for it. But at the end of the day, Noel, it has to be definitely someone that you trust
Yes.
totally, someone that has integrity, someone that has the spirit of professionalism, has the spirit of excellence, and all the things. Because a lot of times you can partner with people, you can do um, uh, partnership as well as collaboration. And unfortunately, if these people and these individuals don't have the integrity that God gave them, the spirit of professionalism, the
Yes.
spirit of customer service, all the things, I'm telling you, it makes it very
Yes.
difficult. Like Dr. Kristle Shanell, I can't work with any and everybody because of those reasons. Not everybody have integrity. Not everybody has great customer service or
Yes.
professionalism. People's characters are very different. You know what I mean? So we got to make sure that we are connecting with the right individuals, like-minded individuals, and if we are connected to those individuals the right way, then it's a beautiful situation. We're able to have happy clients that is happy with the CPA, is happy with the tax strategist, and what was the other one you said?
Just your regular, if you have a tax preparer.
Tax preparer. Exactly. Exactly. So that's great. Thank you guys again for joining on the show. We appreciate you. Thank you for supporting us this morning. Again, if you want to listen to the show live and in person, feel free to go to YouTube, type in the Kristle Shanell Show, and you'll be able to see the show live. Listen, there's some good information that Noel Santos is giving out to you guys on this morning. Listen, there's so many people that are doing things that they should not be doing when it comes to the tax world. And again, we don't want to see you on late breaking news or live at 5 or
Yes.
Fox 5 or anything of that nature. So let's be wise, let's be careful. Do what you need to do to make sure that your taxes is in order. Continue on, Noel.
Yes, yes, yes. So, one of the things I want to tell people, because I do hear it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
people want to know how to grow their wealth,
That's
right?
it. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just touch on that just for a little second.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they don't understand the basics, right? How
Mm-hmm.
can you grow something when you don't get the basics?
That's right.
And I say that really, especially to our entrepreneurs, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody says, I want to make the money,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? But what they don't ever think about is, does your lifestyle, so what I tell a lot of people when it comes to knowing your goals, knowing what you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
when you have that business idea and you start strategizing it out instead of just running out to, because you hear on YouTube, TikTok, wherever, right, to go get that EIN, make an LLC.
Right.
Before you go and do all that business idea, and you know you want it to thrive and make some money,
Mm-hmm.
know what lifestyle you want so you can form that business to make it happen.
That's right.
Because the lifestyle you want depends on how the structure of your business flows.
Right.
People go and do it the opposite way, and then they get in trouble, and now the business has caused you all this debt.
Mm. Tragic.
So I say that to people to say, really think about it before you go out there and just pull that EIN, pull that Secretary of State, because you then have started giving yourself bills
Mm-hmm.
that you're not ready for,
Got it.
right? Because you just didn't do just a little more tweaking, a
Mm-hmm.
little more homework.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are so many different ways out there that you can take seed money from one place and start a different way if your idea is really going to be big,
Got it.
right?
Got it. Mm-hmm.
So your structure can determine how you build your wealth. And a lot of people don't know that. They
Mm-hmm.
just go in and start, and then you pull that LLC, and now you got self employment tax. And now
Mm-hmm.
you start getting a tax debt. So I tell
My lord.
everybody, when you're starting out, that's the biggest key.
Yeah.
Understand the business, understand the foundations.
Getting the knowledge that you need
Yeah,
to be successful.
because it can make or break you. And the last thing you want to do is, you don't want to take something that you enjoy doing
Mm-hmm.
and turn it into your job that you turn around and hate doing.
That's good. That's very
You,
good.
because we can have a passion. Like, I have a passion for helping people strategically move their money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it turns into just a job for me because it's a paycheck to paycheck thing and I'm struggling, right? Am I really going to have fun doing it?
Right. That's very
Do
true.
I enjoy doing it, or now am I doing it just for a paycheck?
Yeah, that's very true.
And then they also need to ask themselves, this is one question I pose to even when I do my live series. Do
Mm-hmm.
you want to be a contributor, or you want to be a creator?
Do you want to be a, say that again?
A contributor
A contributor
or a creator?
or a creator? I love it.
You got to pick one.
Yeah,
And then that determines how you grow,
that's it.
because it's all about a mindset.
That's it. It's all about the mindset. Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Of
Mhm.
course, it's good to know that you cover individuals in all 50 states. Now,
Mhm.
does this cover nonprofit as well?
Yes, I work with some nonprofits, not a whole lot. But what I do with nonprofits is, if it's something that I can't handle, I do have a partner
Okay.
that it's a firm, and she deals with nonprofits in all 50 states,
Okay.
right?
That's good to know.
And what we do is, if there's something that I can't handle,
Hmm.
well, I feel like, hey, my workload is too much, but this client is very good. They need that hands on. I just don't want them out there in limbo and they get the wrong information. So
Right.
I will partner them with my partner who specializes in nonprofits.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And that's good. Again, back to partnership.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing if we work it right. If
Hmm.
we strategize that situation right, it's a beautiful thing. So thank you for sharing that. Again, Noel, let me ask you this. For the audience that is listening, and if they would like to, get in touch with you, can you please share your contact information?
Yes. So the business name is Mapade. I'm gonna spell that out for them.
Okay.
It's MAPADE Management,
Hmm.
and it's .com. So management is MAPADE MGMT.com. That's our website.
Okay.
Our phone number to reach us at our office is there's two numbers: 770-203-0183 or 470-452-0046. And
Okay.
if I'm not there, then my assistants will answer and help you with your questions. But if you go to the website, you can book an appointment. You can also just say you're not sure what you really need yet,
Hmm.
but you can fill out a contact us form
Okay.
and tell us what you're looking for, and we can help you. And I can promise you, if I can't help you or my team cannot help you,
Hmm.
believe it or not, I partnership with enough people in the US that I can make sure you get what you need.
I love it. I love it. And then for the consultation, is that a free consultation for them, or what does that look
So
like?
the consultation is usually not free,
Okay.
um, because it kind of depends. What I've noticed is that when I was doing the free consultations,
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
will happen is they will run over,
Mm.
right?
Got it. Got
And
it.
people will start asking more questions and more
Of
questions, right?
course. Of course.
And then when you give them certain answers, or then they say, yes, send me a proposal, they take what you've done and went somewhere else. Nothing's wrong with
Right.
that because you're free to do that.
Yeah.
So what I do now is I value my time just as well as I value your time,
That's right.
right?
That's right.
Because if this is important to you and you want my knowledge and you
Yeah.
really want professional help and guidance, you're going to pay for my time. It may not be, you're not going to pay a whole lot of money, but you're going to pay for what you're asking
That's right. That's right.
because you're investing in yourself. And that's what I tell
Right.
people. If you go to, let's say, if you go to Publix or you go to Kroger, or if you're up north and you're at Food Lion or whatever, or Safeway, right?
Hmm.
If you go there and you ask them a question, they're being paid.
That's
If
right.
you want that lottery ticket, and you have to pay for it.
That's right.
So you're paying for certain things.
Hmm.
If you go to the dealership and you ask them for an estimate, you got to pay a diagnostics fee before they tell you what's wrong. It's
That's
the
right.
same type of situation.
If you go to Macy's and buy a pair of shoes, right? You got to pay for
Yeah.
it.
So I had to get away from that, but for like 4 to 5 years, I was doing free consultations,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I did have to stop. But
Yeah.
there is a calendar link on there, depending on your situation that you're looking for,
Okay.
right? To say, this is what I want. If you just want a 30-minute session, there's a 30-minute session. You just tell me what you're looking for
Hmm.
and you schedule it, and I get a preliminary. And then one of my assistants will reach out to say, hey, this is what you kind of need to bring to that appointment.
Okay.
Be prepared to share it on screen,
Hmm.
or if you're doing it in person.
Okay. Good. 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 Good information. So, you guys, again, make sure you reach out to Noelle Santos if you are interested in a consultation. She is more than happy to assist. Again, she is a licensed tax strategist. Am I saying that correctly? Okay, awesome. And I know you have many, many hats. So let's tell the listening audience, what else do you do besides tax strategy?
Um, my firm does, we do some bookkeeping, right? We have a bookkeeping division and we have a resolution division. The
Okay.
resolution division helps you when you owe the IRS tons of money,
Okay.
right? So that's what we represent you before the IRS.
Okay.
And we also do, of course, the strategies. But those are the other two parts of the division that we do handle. And we do workshops, like I said, for small businesses to
Okay.
kind of let them know, hey, or if you're trying to get into business, you just need to know the basics of how. So, and we even teach you in that workshop, because it is about a 6 hour workshop that we do, and it is in
Right.
person here in
Okay.
Georgia, right?
Okay.
What we do is when you walk away from that workshop and say you're already in business, you will be able to learn how to receive some of your money tax free
Mm,
because it's in the IRS code if you are a business owner.
got it.
We show you how to do that, and we show
Hmm.
you how to do it legally and how you keep up with it.
That's it. That's
So
beautiful.
it kind of gets those wheels turned to say, oh, I didn't know this,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
know. So we do teach that in the workshop because that is, I feel like that's important to know. Just
That's
those
right.
little things can help you.
Yeah, because a lot of people sometimes don't know just the basics. They're really depending and counting on other people to assist with their taxes and different things of that nature. But what if that person is not truly a professional? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, they're just doing taxes because they learned how to do taxes years ago.
Right.
But then of course you're missing out on all the benefits. All the areas where you can get a break and different things of that nature, or you may be leaving money on the table. Even if it's $1,000. Listen, you want that thousand.
Right. People
You
always
want
think,
that thousand.
and then another thing that gets me is people's like, oh, well, I'm looking for a refund. I I'm gonna say this. I taboo refunds
Mm-hmm.
because that means if I'm getting a refund, that means I gave the IRS too much of my money
Mm-hmm.
and they earned all the interest on it and I didn't earn a dollar.
Think. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What, how could I have shifted that money to myself for it to make interest on my end?
Listen.
Right?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I'm owing, what did I do that I didn't give them enough
Mm-hmm.
or I didn't lower that taxable income enough so I don't owe them anything, right?
Right. Right.
I'm good if I break even. I know a lot of people like,
I'm the
really?
same way. As long as I don't owe, and I don't have to get a refund back. As long as I don't owe, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if people really understood that, if you really thought like the one percenters and those wealthy people out
Mm-hmm.
there in the world, they don't look for refunds.
They don't, because they're enjoying their money throughout the year.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they're rich and they're wealthy. So who's looking for a refund at the end of the year when they got money
They're
coming
just looking to
in?
lower that taxable liability and not have to give Uncle Sam no money.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. So
Outside of that, I am a full time soccer mom. I actually love soccer.
soccer,
So that's my second job.
I love it. Full time soccer mom,
Yes.
absolutely love it. And how many kids do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
I have three boys.
Okay, okay.
Yes. I'm a boy
Um,
mom. Three
boy
boys.
mom. I'm a boy mom. I have one, and ooh wee. It's all I'm gonna say. It's just ooh wee. How you do it, I don't know. God knows exactly how many children each individual is supposed to
Hey,
have.
I will tell this to all the listeners. I commend anybody who has kids back to back.
I'm
I
telling
was
you.
not one of those people
Uh huh.
because Lord knows I don't think I'll be able to handle it. So I
Yeah.
give my hat off to the
Mm-mm.
people that have the step
Yes.
kids,
Yes. Yes.
and don't have like that
Step
big
ladder.
gap. Yes,
Yeah.
I commend them.
Yeah, my hat goes off to the mothers. I give all the mothers a crown because I couldn't do it. Yeah, one, I'm grateful. I did lose a child a few years back. I was 4 months pregnant and my baby didn't have a heartbeat. But at the end of the day, to God be the glory for all the things He has
Yes,
done.
ma'am.
God knows He knew best at that time what Dr. Kristle Shanell needed and what she did not need. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
yes, of course, it was a heartbreaking situation, but, with all respect, I'm grateful for my child. We're grateful for our children. Listen, we were teenagers at once upon a time, and I'm sure we weren't perfect, so
Right. Far from it, right?
yes, if we have to ask our mothers and fathers, about the situations, we weren't perfect children. So sometimes, back in the days, my mom said, "Ooh, wait till y'all start having kids. You'll see what how this feel and how that feel." And yes, indeed, I saw how this felt. I saw how that felt, and I saw how that felt.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But Noel, I do want to definitely thank you again for coming on the show. Thank you for your last minute show invitation. Again, we just met yesterday and you're on the show today. To God be the glory. I'm looking forward to connecting with you more and more.
Yes.
learning more about you. And I'm so grateful to have someone on the team that knows exactly what to do and license, not just pulling things off of, the internet. You're completely licensed. So that's a
Yes.
great thing to know. So, again, I would ask for you to please share your contact information one more time before we close out the show.
All right. All right. So Noel Santos with Mapade Management. My website is mapademgmt.com. Contact numbers if you would like to call our office 770-203-0183 or 470-452-0046. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me. And I
Absolutely.
hope I helped someone out there in some way, shape, or form just kind of get some clarity on some things if they had some questions.
That's it. And thank you again. Want to give a shout out again to WJBS 1440 AM radio station as well as 96.1 FM. Our show airs on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure if you are in South Carolina, Augusta, and the surrounding areas, make sure you tune in to the station to listen to the Kristle Shanell Show. Again, that's WJBS 1440 AM and 96.1 FM. Also, to my listeners, my supporters, my fans, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Before we close out, as I always want to include on every last show, if you are a person that does not have life insurance or a will in place, I'm asking you to definitely please feel free to reach out to the station so that we're able to put those things in place for you. So many people are leaving here. I mean, Noel, every time you go to social media, it's a rest in peace. It's overwhelming, you know what I mean? And I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm a therapist, but this is getting to me, you know what I mean? And rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Then I go,
Yes.
so um, we want to make sure that we leave a legacy for our families. And whoever your loved one may be, we want to make sure that these things are in place for our
Yes.
families. A lot of times, we may have life insurance, but we may not have the will, right? And if you have a house or anything of that nature, you have young children, anything of that nature, some of us don't want to leave those kids to baby mama or baby daddy, right? So you want to make sure you have your house in order so that if something does happen to you, your family is taken care of, a legacy is left for the family, as well as you have your household things in order so that your family know, your wishes, what you want to do and what you do not want to do, and all the things. So again, thank you guys for joining us on the Kristle Shanell Show. I greatly appreciate your time, and peace and blessings until next time. We have many, many more shows to come, you guys, so stay tuned. Again, if you want to go back and look at the full show, just go to YouTube, the Kristle Shanell Show, subscribe to the channel, and of course, set those notifications, you guys, so that you'll get the reminders on when we will be live on the show. If you are interested in being a guest on the show, please feel free to reach out to us. You can go to my website, which is www.thekristleshanellshow.com. Leave us a message there, and we'll be happy to get back in touch with you to go over the details for you to be a guest on the show. Also, if you would like to do any marketing or advertising, or if you would like to be a sponsor for the show, please feel free to reach out to us. Or you can call us directly at 770-715-7949. Again, that number is 770-715-7949. God bless each and every one of you. And Noel Santos, the tax strategist, thank you again. And have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace and
Thank
blessings
you.
until next time.
Bye
Take
bye.
care, you guys. Thank you for joining us.